Two co-workers each invest the same $100,000 in the same market on the same day. 40 years later, one of them has almost $500,000 more than the other. They did everything the same. Almost. Let me show you the one number that split them apart. Same day one. Sam and Dana each drop $100,000 into a retirement account and leave it completely alone for 40 years. No extra deposits, nothing fancy. We keep this simple so the one difference is impossible to miss. They even pick funds tracking the same market, earning the same average return. Call it 7% a year. On paper, right now, these two are financial twins. There's exactly one difference, and it's buried in the fine print where neither of them looks: the fee on their fund. Sam's fund charges 1% a year. Dana found a low-cost index fund charging about 0.05%. 1%. It sounds like a rounding error. Here's the trap your brain falls into. You hear 1% and think it'll cost you 1% of your money. It won't. Not even close. Because the fee isn't charged once, and it isn't charged on what you put in. It's taken every single year, off your entire balance, including all the growth that was supposed to be compounding for you. So let's run the clock and watch them side by side, decade by decade. Same 100,000, same 7%, one tiny fee apart. Watch the gap. 10 years in, Sam has about 179,000. Dana has 197. A gap of around $18,000. Honestly, at this point you'd barely notice. And that's exactly the problem. This is why nobody ever fixes it. At 10 years the fee feels harmless, so it gets ignored. But here's the engine behind it. Every dollar that fee takes is a dollar that never compounds again. And the dollars it would have earned? Those never compound either. 20 years in, Sam has 321,000. Dana, 387. The gap just jumped to 66,000. The fee compounds against Sam the exact same way the market compounds for Dana. Look at what just happened. In 1 decade the gap nearly quadrupled. It isn't adding up, it's multiplying. The two lines that started touching are pulling apart, slowly at first, then dramatically. 30 years in, Dana crosses 761,000. Sam stuck at 574. The gap is now $187,000. That's almost a quarter of Dana's whole pot, gone to a fee Sam forgot about. And the finish line. After 40 years, Sam retires with $1,029,000. Not bad at all. He'd be thrilled. Until he sees Dana. Same 100,000, same market, same 40 years. Dana retires with $1 million for $197,000. The gap between them is $468,000. Now here's the line that should rewire how you think about fees. That 1% fee did not cost Sam 1% of his money. It cost him about 31% of it. Nearly a third of everything he built, quietly handed away. 1% isn't 1%. It's a third. So why did Sam never catch this? Because the fee breaks every rule your brain uses to notice a cost. It's a percent, not a dollar. It's automatic, not a decision. It happens once a year, so it never spikes. And it's hidden inside a number that's going up anyway. And 1% is the friendly version. Plenty of actively managed funds, especially with an advisor stacked on top, run closer to 2% all in. At 2% over the same 40 years, Sam wouldn't lose a third. He'd lose more than half, ending around 704,000 instead of 1.5 million. Let's make the gap real. In retirement, a common rule is to withdraw about 4% a year. On her bigger pot, Dana can pull roughly $1,500 more every single month for life. Same starting 100,000. One number apart. Here's the good news, and the whole point of this video. You can't control the market, the economy, or your salary. But this one number? You control it completely. So how do you make sure you're Dana and not Sam? It takes about 5 minutes. Step 1. Open every account you've got and look up the expense ratio of each fund you own. It's the annual fee, written as a percent. Search the ticker plus the words expense ratio if you can't find it. Step 2. Judge it against reality. The big broad index funds charge about 3 to 0.05%. The average actively managed fund runs around 0.5%, and the expensive ones near 1. Anything above 0.5% deserves a hard question. Is this worth a third of my retirement? Almost always, it isn't. Step 3 is usually boring and powerful. Move to a low-cost, broad index fund. Same market exposure, a tiny fraction of the fee. And if you have an advisor, ask one blunt question. What's my all-in cost in dollars per year? Not a percent. A dollar figure. A straight answer means an honest setup. Sam and Dana invested the exact same money. Dana just refused to give a slice of it away every single year, and it was worth almost $500,000. Go check your fee today. It's a 5-minute move, and your future self is the one who collects. If this changed how you see that little percentage, subscribe to Penny Wiser, and I'll see you in the next one.